Cortis, HYBE's big hit latest boy group, new boy group, received a great response at KT Festa event in Gwanghwamun of Seoul City, where they performed their first outdoor stage. And they also received a heartfelt shoutout from ZionT. And so in this video, we're going to talk about that. Also, their debut album Mood Samplers that they received. They dropped on HYBELABELS official YouTube channel, and industry experts' reactions to their music so far, and the official fan club naming contest that is now underway. Okay, so let's start here. So Cortis' latest public appearance came during KT's K-Festa. KT is one of Korea's major telecommunications companies, and this was a large-scale cultural festival that was held in Gwanghwamun Square in Seoul City to mark the 140th anniversary of modern telecommunications in Korea. And Cortis performed alongside major acts like ZionT, R&B and hip-hop artists, and traditional performance teams. And at the KT West Park section of the festival, fans and casual visitors alike lined up for the Cortis AR Dance Challenge. Do I have it up here? I think I have. Oh, right here. So yeah, it was something like this. It was called Cortis AR Dance Challenge Booth, where attendees could learn and follow Cortis' new choreography through augmented reality. And so that was pretty cool. And Juhoon commented on it. Actually, when we filmed this, there was nobody else around, so it was just us, so it felt pretty awkward. But seeing everyone actually doing it like this now, the energy is definitely on another level. So that was a pretty cool project, K Intelligence. And their live stage also drew attention for their presence, stage presence, and energy. And despite still being rookies, the members handled the large outdoor setting with confidence. They were live, their mics were on, and a lot of people praised their performances, and they delivered, a performance that suggested, experience well beyond their debut timeline. And for many people in attendance, this was their first time seeing Cortis live. And the response overall has been great based on my research. Now, one of the most talked about moments from the K-Festa event came from ZionT's words on stage. Again, ZionT is a well-known, popular hip-hop / R&B artist. And in front of the Gwanghwamun crowd, the veteran singer-songwriter gave a warm shout-out to Cortis. Which was a gesture that quickly spread across fan communities and social media. He said, I really, really like Cortis. Honestly, I'm a huge fan. I'm totally in love with all of their latest songs. And this time, they released it under the genre, alternative K-pop. When I saw that, I thought, something new is about to start. So yeah, I seriously love it. And for casual observers, it may have seemed like a simple nod from a senior artist to a rookie group, under the same festival lineup, but there's actually context behind this that makes ZionT's words especially meaningful. So back in 2018, ZionT released a music video for what was it? Hello Tutorial. That's the English title. Hello Tutorial. Something like 인사하는 법, 멋지게 인사하는 법. Yeah, Hello Tutorial featuring 슬기 of Red Velvet. So that was the song, and ZionT released a music video that featured two child actors. One of them was Ella, who would later debut with Meow, MEOVV. The other was Juhoon, who is now a member of Cortis. And at the time, there were just children unset with no guarantee of what the future might hold. And for ZionT to see Juhoon all grown up, no longer a kid in front of the camera, but an idol performing on the very same stage must have been a full circle moment. And yeah, one fan commented that for ZionT, watching Juhoon have grown up must have felt very special. And speaking of which, June seems like I when I first saw these images, screenshots, I thought this was like an AI generated image because, it, like, yeah, Juhoon looked very impeccably cute, and doesn't it seem like an AI generated image right here? Anyways, and speaking of shoutouts, Martin wrote this Weverse post after the performance, talking about the performance, the stage, and ZionT's comments. So he said, the weather's been rainy and humid lately, so it means even more that so many of you still came with such great energy to watch our stage. Did you enjoy KT Festa yesterday? It was actually my very first outdoor stage and the first time performing in front of such a big crowd. Honestly, when I heard you all calling for an encore, I really didn't want to leave, but because of the schedule, we didn't have a choice. I hope you can understand. But trust me, we're confident we could perform the same song all over again, as many times as you would cheer us on. I also want to say thank you to ZionT 선배님 for the shout out. I was too overwhelmed on stage to mention it yesterday, but he's someone I've always admired. Ever since I was little, whenever I went to music festivals, he was always on the lineup. So I couldn't believe we were performing right after such a legendary senior. If we meet again, I'll be sure to greet him properly. Please also give lots of love to ZionT 선배님's new EP, Poser, and stay tuned for our album, Color Outside the Lines, dropping this Monday. And with the hashtag, thanks for the love. Where is it? Right here. And some more photos. Martin with the other members. Speaking of which, ZionT's dropping an album. ZionT EP, Poser. Oh, interesting. All right. Thanks for the info, Martin. I'll be sure to check it out. I like ZionT and his music. He's a great singer-songwriter. Anyways, Martin's words on Weverse, highlights how KT Festa wasn't just another performance for Cortis. It was a milestone. And he described the thrill of standing on an outdoor stage for the first time. Hearing fans call for an encore, which must have been great, and realizing that they were following directly after ZionT, who was an artist he grew up admiring. So that mix of gratitude and ambition, I think perfectly sets the stage for what would come next, the group's preview of their debut album. But before we talk about that, speaking of shoutouts, Cat's Eye recently did a dance challenge for Cortis track Go. And Cortis made a comment using their official account. The song leveled up. Thanks Lara 선배님 and 윤채 선배님. It's interesting how Cat's Eye, who debuted just like last year, are now being called 선배님, the senior artist. Now, on September 6th, just one day after the KT Festival, Cortis shared 3 mood samplers for their debut album, Color Outside the Lines, on HYBELABELS' official YouTube channel. And each sampler offered a glimpse into the different sonic directions and visual worlds that the group is exploring. So, fashion, this opened with shots of New Zealand glaciers, pairing breathtaking natural landscapes with the bold track that fuses trap beats and southern hip hop. And the contrast between the serene visuals and hard-hitting sound kind of highlighted the group's experimental edge. And Joyride, I'm especially excited about this one. It shifted into a completely different mood. It was styled like it was filmed on an old camcorder, and the sampler followed the members on a carefree drive with no destination. And it has that alternative rock backdrop and blending emotion with the catchy melody. Created a feeling that was both refreshing and nostalgic, like a summer memory preserved on tape. And the final teaser, Lullaby, this was pretty unconventional. It was shot underwater. And I think the actor here is Gun-ho, who's a member of Cortis, who used to be a swimmer. He was very into swimming. He still loves swimming, at least from what I remember. And yeah, it was kind of this in terms of sound. It's got that guitar riff and psychedelic soul sound. Painted an image of freedom and youth, according to press release. And it's dreamy, experimental, and confident, capturing the sense that Cortis isn't afraid to push into new territory. So when I read that, I was like, ooh, okay, I'm quite excited to hear what it would sound like. Anyways, and if the mood samplers hinted at Cortis' ambition, the critical response to their music has confirmed it. So industry experts are already framing the group as more than just another K-pop rookie debut. For example, their songs What You Want and Go, both of which the members helped write and compose, have been singled out as proof of the group's creative identity. Pop critic Jung Byung-uk described What You Want as a track that inherits and reshapes the self-driven artist movement in K-pop. While Hwang Sun-up, another critic, noted that these songs are the foundation of a diverse and evolving identity that will only deepen as Cortis grows. And what stands out most in these assessments is how critics view What You Want, not simply as a debut track, but as a statement. Its raw guitar tones, direct progression, and unpolished vocal energy highlight what the critic Jung Byung-uk called the unrestrained attitude of a young group. And rather than presenting themselves as a polished product, Cortis has chosen to lead with something more visceral, what Jung Byung-uk interprets as an intriguing attempt at new K-pop. And the group's creative process has also drawn praise. Like all 5 members, still in their teens, refuse to stay locked in fixed positions. They write, compose, choreograph, and even produce their own video content. And their self-made clips eventually served as a blueprint for the official What You Want music video, where they were credited as co-directors alongside professional filmmakers. And critics have noted that. And critics like Kim Do-hun have emphasized this point, saying the essence of Cortis lies in free creation. Their work is a reflection of youth unbound, aiming for self-realization through their art. And someone mentioned even their time in Los Angeles for a 3-month songwriting camp has become part of the narrative. So it was documented in a behind-the-scenes series, and there was a footage that showed everything from unedited live recordings to candid discussions with overseas producers. I'm about to finish the documentaries, the debut documentaries. Super fascinating. And for critics, this transparency highlights that Cortis is building their sound in an authentic manner, not just performing songs handed to them. And on stage, they backed this up, with live performances across music shows and online broadcasts. And critics have noted how their stable vocals and tight choreography already feel beyond rookie level. And I completely agree. Their mics are on, and their ad-libs and their hype energy to hype the audience, yeah, it's incredible. And it's this combination of artistry and performance ability and authenticity that's making both the industry and fans take them very seriously. Now, after proving themselves on stage and unveiling their artistic direction through the mood samplers and earning praise from critics, Cortis is now turning to the fans for the next step in their story, naming their official fan club. So on September 6th, Cortis announced the fan club naming contest through their Weverse community. And they said, "Dear Cortis Weverse community members," that's the Cortis Weverse, "we are pleased to announce the naming contest for the official fan club of Cortis." So this will be running until September 8th, and the contest invites fans to submit name ideas along with the meaning behind them. So I'm pretty sure a lot of fans are excited to do this. And there's a Google form for this. It says, participation period from 11 a.m. Saturday, September 6th to 11:55 p.m. Monday, September 8th, KST. So we got about like 24 hours left, 30 hours left, at least. Now, submit your idea via the Google form, follow the provided format. Please make sure to include the meaning behind the fan club name you suggest. Big Hit Music holds the rights to the official fan club name. We can't wait to hear your brilliant ideas that will color outside the lines with Cortis. We look forward to your enthusiastic participation. Thank you. And some fans have already, a lot of fans actually, submitted their ideas. For example, this one, Louds. Like Cortis, Louds is taken from the words color outside the lines, which means whenever and wherever Cortis is, we'll always be the loudest cheer for them. Interesting. Okay. I like that. Hey guys, suggesting the fandom name, Artist, which rhymes with Cortis and means art/artist who color outside the lines. Okay. Interesting. So yeah, the fans themselves are getting creative. And I like this because it's a simple gesture, but giving fans a chance to define the community that will stand alongside the group. So Cortis is acknowledging the role supporters will play in their growth. And other artists and groups do this, opening up to the fans for suggesting fandom names. In fact, BTS Army was also suggested by the fans, and the members decided themselves through extensive discussions and the voting process. And they, if I remember correctly, unanimously decided on Army as a fandom name. And yeah, the wording of the notice, the Weverse notice, I think ties back to their debut album, Color Outside the Lines, encouraging fans to bring creative and boundary-breaking ideas that, reflect this group's philosophy. And just as the members have taken ownership over their music, choreography, and visuals, they're opening the door for fans to leave their mark on the group's identity. So yeah, this will be cool. If you are interested, I will attach a link to this Google form so you can submit your ideas. All right, and yeah, Cortis is positioning their fandom as collaborators in shaping the future. And yeah, for fans, this could be more than just a naming event. It's the beginning of a culture, like a symbol they will rally around as the group's career unfolds. Now, with their debut album dropping on September 8th, and yeah, fan naming ideas pouring in, Cortis, I think, is really moving quickly from rookies on stage to artists with a growing cultural footprint, potentially. So I'm really excited about their future and their career. And it seems like the past week has been packed for Cortis. And I would like to leave questions for you before wrapping this up. What kind of name will best capture the spirit of fans who want to color outside the lines with them, you think? And how will Cortis balance their experimentation with the mainstream expectations of K-pop? And perhaps, more importantly, what role will fans play in shaping not only the group's success, but also their culture and story from here? I'll be looking forward to reading your comments. Somebody wrote, so everyone feels this way too? Cortis really got me thinking about my youth and how I really should be doing something fun with it. I feel like I'm wasting time. Yeah, as I listen to Go and What You Want, I myself am getting inspired by them and feel motivated to work harder and live my life every second, every minute. I've been like humming and singing What You Want like multiple times a day. Crash, smash, rock, mash up, ooh, take what you want. Oh, and lastly, how do I read this producer's name? Gino the Ghost comments on Fashion Mood Sampler video. They said, y'all are not ready for this one. Gino the Ghost is one of the lyricists of Fashion Song. And in fact, I don't think the general public is ready for the entire album yet. And I'm super excited to hear what it would sound like on when? September 8th, 6 p.m. Super excited. All right. Feel free to leave your comments. And when you do so, let's stay positive, respectful, and classy. Peace and love. Bye-bye.